coming through.
Here we go. Racket sports enthusiasts. Hi, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Curtis Reese. We've got a special guest. He's a racket sports enthusiast and player of tennis. He's up in the Frisco area, which is just north of Dallas. We're going to go to the way of pickleball and racket sports here with Mr. Sultan. State your name and business, sir.
Pros on Wheels Racket Sports is we operate from Frisco, and we have been in business since past 7 years, serving the community with racket sports, everything.
Awesome. All right, so let's go back to this. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us about all that. You've got this new concept and sport and stuff.
Yeah.
So you go right there and tell us how it goes. We're excited.
So after teaching 13 years of tennis, passionately, growing players and everything around tennis, running an academy, pro shop, everything, I was just looking at how racket sports is evolving as a racket sports enthusiast. And I noticed a trend which is happening is like the communities are flocking to new kind of racket sports, and it's very good. It's very healthy. And I've seen paddle like going crazy, ballistically growing, and pickleball, as you have seen, how crazy it has grown. And I was studying a little bit about it, researching about it, because a lot of stuff I wanted to do different in my program. With 13 years of coaching, I have evolved my coaching style. I've also recently started my own curriculum. Usually I've learned from the very best of this industry, and I learned all the good stuff, but I wanted to finally implement my own curriculum. Now I also started a new YouTube channel. It's Coach Sultan. We just started it.
Doing it right now.
Yeah, and that channel is basically what I want to do now is to raise awareness of racket sports, why racket sport is good for you, how it's evolving, and what I have launched as a new sport.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So it's called RB Pro. It came from a concept because I have young kids, 4 years old and 2 years old daughters, and of course, as a tennis coach, I think I have to get them involved.
Yes, it helps.
But so I was just hitting against the wall with this 21-inch racket. I was just showing them how I'm hitting against the wall. I'm enjoying it at home, and I started enjoying hitting against the wall with the red ball. I was like, wow, this feels pretty good.
Like the red ball, like the
low compression kids ball. Yes,
okay,
exactly. The red ball you're using in USTA.
Okay, keep going.
For young kids. That's the ball I used, and a 21-inch racket. I started rattling with the ball, and I was doing like, wow, this is fun. So, I was very enthusiastic about pickleball. I started playing pickleball in 2017. 2015, I was introduced about it. But 2017, I was at this resort where I was working at, into hospitality, and I saw my coworkers wanting to play pickleball, and I was a racket sport guy. So I was like, I'm gonna go kick some ass, because whenever you're whenever you're in racket sport, like you're playing ping pong, you as a tennis player, you can pretty much do damage in the ping pong or any kind of racket sport you can do except badminton, which It
is awesome. Played it in college.
Yeah, it is awesome. So all racket sports are awesome. They provide a lot of benefits to human mind, and as a physical activity is also amazing. So I came up with RB Pro as a new concept because I saw what was good in pickleball, and I played pickleball myself, but I didn't like a few things about pickleball. Basically, after getting inspired by what's happening in the racket sport industry, it's evolving like crazy, and we are looking at the industry right now to go into smaller courts, and different kind of court and different kind of setups are going to come. I can see that happening, and I came up with my own sport. It was a pretty cool idea. I just started trying out in my summer camp this summer.
How's that going?
And it was a hit, because super hit. And I just learned more and more about the sport through this game as I was producing. Like, what is tennis really about? Because I was a tough coach. I still am. I've grinding players out and creating medals and trophies for parents and all that stuff. But I'm like, shoot, this sport is so much more than that. And we sometimes just overlook that part. And and the sport is basically, you play like pickleball scoring, because that's what the trend right now. And you play it, my court dimensions are even smaller. So it's from one doubles alley to other doubles alley of tennis. And you play with a pickleball net, and I'm going to be creating my own net soon. And they will be patented and copied.
You heard it first right here. Keep going.
Yeah. And so we will be getting the nets done soon, our dimensions and everything. And they're going to be very easily accessible. Because my company's name, Pros on Wheels Racket Sports, was born in 2018.
And what is that?
It was all about.
Tell us about that after this.
Yeah. So with RB Pro, is basically you only can win points on your serve, and you play with a red ball, underarm serve, serve cross court before. So, doubles alley, the court is like that, and then you have to serve before the first service line. So I've created a whole game, and you play a best of 3 sets, like 7-point games.
Oh, wow.
And 30-40 minutes maximum. But dude, I removed the kitchen because I hated the kitchen area. It was made for, I don't know, people to just talk and chill. And when you start playing the sport, when you don't have the kitchen, you're not able to serve in volley, same as pickleball, to create the fun. But you start a point off and you want to keep the ball low and come to the net and just finish it off. So you don't want to burn your. So one more thing I didn't like about pickleball is orthopedics people are getting rich for no reason. They're just getting all the pickleball players knees burning. Me. And in my sport, I took that away a little bit, because your knees will still be operating, but you will actually finish points fast. So you're not going to be dinging the ball in the kitchen for 2 hours. You're just going to
shut up.
You're just going to finish the point like old school tennis and enjoy the fun of
killing me, man.
You're going to enjoy the fun of pickleball and tennis and all the racket sports combined, the paddle. So I also played paddle and I didn't like it. I really wanted to play paddle and I didn't like it personally. I really think paddle is a very good sport. Yeah. I just wanted to play tennis in a smaller setting, basically, and that's why I was going to search that in pickleball. I played 2 hours one time, and and it was very fun. It's a lot of fun, but I don't like the kitchen. I don't like the plastic. I don't like the handle. You just tuck. That's
a good point. I mean, I never thought about that.
One thing I really think. See, this is not science search. Yeah, this is the intuition I have that if you smack plastic for 20 years, something's not going to feel right in your elbow. So you guys can do that and try and let me know 20 years later, because I'm going to be hitting a soft, nice felt ball in a 21-inch racket with cheap now. Like and
I'm going to develop a way to prevent that from happening to become a millionaire, okay?
No worries.
Hey, tell us about your Pro on Wheels. I want to know about that too.
So Pros on Wheels was an idea formed by basically having tennis professionals on wheels, basically. Because tennis programs were all in the country clubs, and I learned from the very best, and I came to Texas from California after learning from the very great. It's a huge story.
No, that's cool.
It's basically, we started in 2018. We grew to like 100 kids, and we have I partnered with somebody locally in Dallas. We started the business together. Because she was my only competition was good. I was like, why compete? Let's do it together. Her name? Her name is Kirsty Hearn.
I know Kirsty Hearn. I taught her as a kid.
You know Kirsty? That's probably why. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Kirsty probably told you about me probably at that time, because she was teaching at Brookhaven at that time when we met, and
I taught her when she was a kid in the early 2000s. All right, keep going.
Nice. We're a small world, right? Yeah. So we started, and after 1 year, she left to Colorado. She quit the partnership, but I continued. It was a lot of my vision in it. I just got her involved because she was very good at what she was doing, and then we continued growing, and COVID came.
Yeah. And how'd that go? What happened to that?
Well, I had to go home for 6 months, back home, Pakistan, where I'm from, and they came back, and life started. I was about to become a father in next 6 months. So, wow. Yeah, that's what COVID does to you guys. So, anyways, I came back with a bigger.
I thought it made you drink a lot, not make babies. My God.
I'm telling you.
That's why you drink.
Bars were closed, dude. Bars were closed.
I'm just whatever. These are all local sports pros here, all friends. So keep going about the pandemic. Yes, keep going.
So the pandemic came, and I think it did well for the racket sports industry because everybody came out, and that's how pickleball also got luckier, I think. So.
Shut up. Sure.
Everybody came out and thought like, why should we play tennis? Tennis, basically, I recently realized that tennis has a downtime to learn. It takes like 8 to 10 months of just learning swings and hitting volleys, and kids don't even know why they're volleying for, what the volley means, So it's so funny.
That's the pros' fault.
Yeah, that's the pros' fault. I agree. But how many pros are you gonna blame? 80% of them don't suck. So it's and it's because of this. It's anyways. I don't want to drift off topic.
Well, so you could come back on. You don't have to do everything in one topic. You know what I mean? So just think about what you want to touch on now.
Yeah. So Pros on Wheels and kept growing again after COVID. I came back single-handedly, and then I hired the best coach in the world, Coach Kurt, who really supported me and my idea and everything that I was doing. He was. I go with the flow of life, and I find people like that, and it's really blessed to find a lot of people I found, who helped me support my dream, and also I work very hard for it. I was the first I was in Frisco ISD mostly, and I was basically the first one to step on the court at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I did like 15 hours in a row lessons.
I remember doing that. We did that when we were young.
But guess what? but guess what? Every hour was taught with pure passion and growing each kid, and either it's a dyslexic kid or it's a fat kid or a skinny kid.
All shapes and sizes,
all shapes and sizes, learning learning effortless technique, which I really mastered now. Now I think I'm at a peak. I think I can build anybody as a tennis player if they just put the time and just commit. I can guarantee, I can sign on paper you'll be a tennis player if you just do what I tell you. But and that confidence comes from 13 years of constantly going after the sport, quitting college and believing in your dreams, and being like, I want to be the best in the world of coaching, and I'm constantly at that goal. And not just coaching now, it's just the racket sports industry. I'm exploring and continue to evolving my business and philosophies with the evolution of society, right? So
in the industry, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how RB Pro is now my new baby, and I'm like so excited because, see, I also stopped playing tennis, a little bit. Like, I still play because I can play. And why I play, I want to tell people, like, I play because I can hit an effortless technique shot. I can rally with Roger if I want for 15 minutes, and then he will kick my butt. But, so the thing is, why can I do that? Because I have developed the strokes like a pro, and I can help you get the same, the people I teach. But otherwise, tennis becomes very tough. And that's why pickleball and all these other sports are gaining traction, because it's easy to learn. You rally, you hit the volleys. It's so much fun. But in tennis, you cannot get that if you don't get a good coach or a good program or a right setup, or you didn't practice enough. You just lost it, and you just have a bad elbow and all that stuff because play with bad techniques and everything, and then tennis becomes horrible. Like 2 days ago, I was at the court, and this kid was hitting he came from a different program and learned these shabby strokes, and he's just hitting every ball to the frame, or he's hitting the walls. And why would he enjoy that? Any kid would not enjoy that. These days, kids need instant gratification. These are not the kids from the 70s or 90s, guys. These are kids from 2025. They don't want to hear you nabbing and telling them what to do. They just want to do it. They just want to do it. They just want to enjoy, have fun, and enjoy the sport. And they have a very good brain. They can really develop. But tennis takes a lot of downtime and all that stuff. And this kid was hitting frames and stuff. And I had to go into group class and really help him. Even my assistants cannot help him because they don't have the experience to help them. I would rather tell my assistants not to tell something rather than destroying it even more. And I just take care of the technique part pretty good. And look, 15 minutes, I made him hit a forehand smooth. And he's like, I want to play tennis for 6 more months. But before that, I was like, dude, this guy's not going to show up next week, And that's where I saw that tennis is kind of, getting extinct in a way. I think in 25 years.
In former fashion.
It's an old fashioned. And also, as you see the documentaries, it's how hard it has got for, the top professionals. I'm a tennis coach, right? I know exactly what it takes to be a tennis player. Now my daughters are so young. I can be that crazy Williams guy and try to make them just king of the world and stuff like that. But I don't want to put them through this pain. I don't think this is worth it. What are you making? What are you gonna make? Top 100 only make the money. Why go through this? That's why people are even becoming pickleball professionals. I was thinking the same. I play so good. I have such good clean hands. I would go play and become a pickleball player. And then enjoy what I couldn't earn in my tennis life, because I started tennis seriously a little bit late, age of 15.
Oh wow!
So I started early at age of 8, but I was playing like a goose till age of 15. So I
you went to Nick Bolletary. Well, look, here's what we're gonna do. Can we have you back? Can we have you back on, and you could talk a little more about when you get more advanced further down the road with RV Sport, RV Pro. We got an interview at 2. But listen, remind us how everybody can get in touch with you, because this is going out more and more.
Also, I want to
go for it.
I want to mention that we are a full racket sports ecosystem, providing RV Pro events, tournaments.
How do they reach you on that? Just tell us how that. Tell us people reach
on our
you.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and our numbers, which we can provide you guys. And we have a full service pro shop with stringing and tennis rackets from 3 great brands, Babolat, Head, and Diadem. So please shoot us a call. We'll definitely save you money.
You, bro. Follow back and subscribe.
Yep.
One of the best movies ever made, Big Lebowski. All right, so I can be reached. Hang on, I'm sorry. Kurt, how can you be reached? You want an email? You have an address you want to reach at, because you teach independently as well. How can somebody get in touch with you?
You can reach me at sanfordkurt57@gmail.com.
The tennis 123 and all the other things, pickleball and tennis.
Tennis 3-2-1.
I can be reached at Curtis at ReeseRacketSports.com, or the World Wide Web. Type in Curtis Reese Pickleball and you'll find us. So anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Just keep playing racket sports, because it's going to add 10 years to your lifespan and a lot of fun than treadmills.
Kurt?
Just keep hitting.
Those guys suck.